Thank you. We're going to lead off with Ms. Mayetta. In your testimony, you discussed the importance of the hotel and lodging industry, the importance of recruiting and retaining a qualified workforce. You also mentioned the importance of Congress's work to reform the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act to better connect employers to the workforce system. Why is it important that workers have multiple pathways into the workforce and multiple avenues for advancement?
Yes, thank you, Congressman. Pathways into our industry are incredibly important, especially at a time when it's such a competitive and tight labor market, and we are short-staffed. Two-thirds of my members report being short-staffed, particularly in entry-level jobs, so creating those pathways continues to be an important part. And we are happy to work with this Congress and this committee on reforms to WIOA.
Right. Good. Now I have a general question. We just heard a little bit about people not advancing in income inequity. And when I talk to my employers, as well as knowing some people in their personal life, we really hate it when people move up the ladder in this country because we have all these programs, low-income housing, earned income tax credit, Medicaid, food share, that if you make too much money, we take the programs away from you. It's like we don't want anybody making more than $16,000 or $17,000 a year in this country. And as the result, people, I think, are kind of stuck because you talk to employers and they say, my employees are turning down raises. They don't want overtime because they're going to lose their government benefits. Do you guys find this a problem? Or they got to look for cash work, which is probably not advisable, but it's the only way they can make more money because the government whacks them over the head with these government programs. We bribe them not to work too hard. Is this a problem you guys find in your businesses?
I can address this first. I mean, I'm looking here at NFIB's data that came in from January too. 35% of all owners reported job openings they could not fill in the current period. So that.
Well, yes, but do you get, this is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
And I get it all over my district. You get people working, they can't work more than maybe 16 or 17 hours a week. They can't accept a raise because all these government programs, we give you like almost a free apartment, a nice free apartment, and then if you make more than 16 or 18,000 bucks a year, they begin to force you to pay, normal rent. So in essence, we are contributing to this income gap by telling so many people in the country, don't work harder, we're going to take away your government benefits.
We certainly saw that in the 2021 period. I was working both in the Trump administration and Biden administration on just what were the disincentive effects of what we had just passed with good intentions. And there's evidence out there that well-intended programs can discourage work effort. I want to tell you this one thing, though. Everybody has seen the program of less regulation and less taxes already, and that was the period from 2017 through 2019. When households across the income spectrum saw significant gains, and African-American households saw gains they hadn't seen in 50 years. So we have seen this before, and we know what will happen if this program is properly executed. But disincentive effects do occur.
Well, all you got to do is talk to people. I think sometimes the problem with some of these congressmen is they don't talk to anybody but the lobbyists. If you get out in the real world, you will again and again find stories of employees who have to turn down extra hours, they have to turn down raises, they can't move up the income ladder because of the stupid programs are so generous that they in essence, you're stuck in there for life. And the other thing is you can't get married, that's another matter, right, where you're gonna lose your bennies. So I think we had a big problem starting with Lyndon Johnson where they began to put in huge programs and you lose your bennies if you work too hard. And the message we're sending to people is, don't work very hard. And I mean, I'm sure in the hotel and lodging industry that's true. It's true anywhere where you have people making in that $15 to $20 range, where you can easily push yourself to the point where you lose your low-income housing.
I would say that what you're talking about is cliffs in benefit programs, where you get one more dollar and then you lose your benefits. What the answer to that then is to work with those programs to make them less cliffy. Don't address that there. Don't try to take away the generosity of the programs because they're providing
Gentleman's time has
important benefits.
expired. Now we move on to the gentleman from